I always believed Saturdays were the safest stretch of the week. The kind of day where life sighs, loosens its grip, and lets you breathe a little easier. That morning was exactly that. Sunlight drifted lazily through the curtains, settling in warm patches on the floor. And from the kitchen came the soft, familiar sound of Leora humming while she made coffee. She had that gentle, almost weightless hum people have when their hearts are calm. I remember thinking, with an ache of gratitude, how lucky I was. 6 years married, not perfect but steady, predictable, safe. But the thing about safety is that it shatters quietly, without warning, without drama, just a single crack and everything changes. At 10:12 a.m., my phone rang. I nearly ignored it, assuming it was another spam call. But something about the unknown number tugged at me. Almost mechanically, I swiped to answer. The voice that greeted me didn't belong to anyone I recognized, yet it hit me with a force that made my stomach drop. "Kale," the man said. "You don't know me, but you need to hear this." I stepped into the hallway, away from the gentle noise of Leora in the kitchen. "Who is this?" "My name is Rowan," he said. "I'm calling about your wife." A chill slid through me. "What about her?" He took a breath that sounded pulled from somewhere painful. "I thought it was over. I thought she'd finally let go. But she reached out again last night. Told me she misses me. Told me she regrets choosing marriage over us." His words knocked the air out of my lungs. "What are you talking about?" I managed, though my voice sounded more like a stranger's. He hesitated, then said quietly, "We were together before you. And after you. I thought you knew." For several seconds, I didn't breathe. My pulse hammered in my ears, drowning out everything else. The hallway seemed to tighten around me. Rowan kept talking, his voice unsteady. "I'm not calling to hurt you. I can't be hidden anymore. I'm done." I don't remember ending the call, or lowering the phone. Only standing there, frozen, while the life I thought I understood began caving in around me, silent and ruthless. Then I heard Leora's footsteps approaching behind me. "Who was that?" she asked, her voice soft, unguarded. I turned, really seeing her for the first time. With her lilac sweater, her loosely tied hair, and that look of innocence she carried so naturally. An innocence that now felt like a mask. "Who is Rowan?" I asked. The way her face drained of color answered me before her lips even moved. She opened her mouth, closed it, then opened it again, lost. "Kale, please." "It's not what?" I lifted a hand, not in anger, just exhaustion. "I'm not going to yell," I said quietly. "Just tell me the truth." Tears filled her eyes instantly. "It was years ago, before we got married. I ended it. I swear I did." "He says you didn't," I replied. "He says it continued." She wiped her cheek with her sleeve, trembling. "I didn't mean for it to. It was a mistake, a weakness. But I ended everything last year." Last year. The words tasted like metal in my mouth. She flinched, as if the truth hurt her too. "Kale, I'm sorry." I steadied myself against the wall behind me, suddenly unsure my legs would keep me standing. "Were you ever going to tell me?" She shook her head slightly. "I thought if I committed to us, it would fade. I thought I could bury it. But betrayal never stays buried. It lingers like smoke, thin, invisible, but suffocating." I didn't raise my voice, didn't throw anything, didn't storm out. Instead, I walked past her, slow and deliberate, into the living room. I forced myself to breathe, to think like someone who hadn't just been split open. She followed a few moments later. "Kale, please say something." My eyes drifted to the suitcase beside the coat rack, the one she'd used last weekend to visit her sister. Harmless yesterday. Evidence today. I turned to her, feeling something inside me shift into a firmness I didn't know I had. "Pack your bags," I said. She stared at me, stunned. "What?" "I need space," I told her, still quiet, still steady. "And I need honesty. You're going to stay with your sister for a little while." Her breath caught. "Please don't do this. We can talk. We can fix this." "We will," I replied. "But not right now." Not when every time I look at you, I hear someone else's name. She moved toward me, but I instinctively stepped back. That small distance broke something in her. She pressed her hand to her mouth to stifle a sob, nodded shakily, and turned away. I watched her gather her belongings, piece by piece, like she was packing fragments of a life that had started to collapse the moment the phone rang. 20 minutes later, she stood at the door, suitcase in hand. She reached toward me, hesitated, then let her hand fall. "I love you, Kale," she whispered. "I always have." I didn't reply. I didn't trust myself to. When she finally left, the silence that settled over the house was crushing. Heavy. Different from any quiet I'd ever known. I sank onto the couch, replaying everything. Every lie swallowed, every truth hidden, every moment I'd been blind. Hours later, I picked up my phone. This time, I dialed someone whose voice carved through chaos like a lifeline. My older sister, Celine. She answered immediately. "Kale? What happened? Are you okay?" "No," I said. Just that one word, raw and honest. I told her everything, every detail I could manage. She listened the way she always had, steady, patient, safe. When I finished, she said, "Come stay with me for a few days. Don't sit alone in that house." I exhaled shakily. Yeah, maybe I should. As I grabbed my jacket and keys, my eyes drifted to the empty space by the door where Leora's suitcase had been hours earlier. Strange how absence can make more noise than presence ever did. My life wasn't ruined. Maybe even my marriage wasn't beyond saving. But trust, once fractured, echoes endlessly. And on that quiet Saturday morning, with a single phone call, those echoes had only just begun.